see all around. It is midnight, and you are sitting inside the ship. Many strange incidents are happening around you, which no human can do. You are thinking that how will you get out of this, but if you get out then, where will you go where there is only sea all around? And where will you go with the same ghost souls in your ship? What will you do? And guys, what I am going to tell you today is something. It is such that while listening to it, you will find yourself wondering what face that person would have faced at that time. If you could have faced yourself there at that time, if you could have seen yourself in that person's shoes. So what do you do? At that time you also get into a very deep thought. Because this story is so scary, so unexpected. This story is of the year 1930. But even in today's time, whoever goes here or he thinks of going in this ship, he also thinks twice whether he should go inside or not, because something has happened to the one who has gone till date, which he will never be able to forget in his entire life, or even to remember it. Man probably did not survive. This video is going to be very special. You will have to put some brain in it. So watch it till the end. Do not skip at all. And guys, one important thing. In this video I will tell you all the evidence and proof also. Whatever incidents happened in that ship, they are absolutely true incidents. So guy, this is the story. It is of the ship Queen Mary, built in the year 1930, which provided service to many people from the year 1930 to 1960. Made all the people travel, among which there were many famous people, like the Prime Minister of England at that time, Winston Churchill. He also used to travel with it, but along with this, it had made a name for itself in a very different place, for being the most hunted ship. So guys, we will talk about the same thing today. There used to be a guy here whose name was Matthew, and he has faced such incidents here which he probably never forgot in his whole life. Now before starting this video, subscribe this channel to watch more such horror, mysterious and historical videos. And guys, please, because I have seen according to my YouTube, zero story starts. By the way, these guys who are on the Queen Mary ship are now totally retired. I am already telling you that this is just a museum in California, and all this has happened just recently. That it was made a museum and now tourists come here, etc. So many people were hired there for its maintenance. Since then, many staff also live here, and one of them was a staff member whose name was Matthew, and Matthew had come there only for a short time and his entry was also there. It is known how an employee resigned from there, and the reason behind his resignation is also very shocking, that you will come to know later, but Matthew did not know these things as to why he had resigned. And guys, then when Matthew came, he did not know anything. Everything was completely new for him, but still the manager there appointed him for night shift. There used to be a lot of people there, but in the part where Matthew was allowed to work, there was only one person. His name was John, guys. This was Matthew's first night. Matthew and John were still standing in the maintenance room. They were working there, but Matthew was feeling again and again that someone was staring at him from behind his feet, staring at him again and again, and his eyes were repeatedly going towards a door. It seemed to him that someone was standing at that door and was staring at both of them. Then Matthew started feeling a little weird and said, "John, I feel that someone is standing there. I am not feeling good." Then John said, "Look, Matthew, this is your first night. So I am telling you that there are many areas in this ship where going is absolutely prohibited. There are bans, we cannot go there. And especially when I joined here for the first time, I was also told by many employees that do not wander here at midnight. Do not wander at all in the middle of the night. This is a warning from us and on behalf of the entire staff team that do not wander at all. Wander, and especially do not move towards door number 13. Do not even step there, because there are some wrong things here which can put us in deep shock." Then Matthew said, "Perhaps this is my first day. For this all these employees must have taken some such decision of making fun of me. For this they are saying all this, but I will not accept all this." And Matthew, "No, I did not accept everything at all. This warning was not taken at all." And that's why Matthew was going to repent very soon. And guys, regret is something that then after some time, they got busy in their respective work. But now Matthew was not feeling that this is a very different thing. Now he has told me that there are some such ghosts, spirits attached here. But I don't believe all this. Then he thought, why not? This is my first night, so let me explore this ship a bit. Then he went out of that engine room, and he was in the same area. He had not left her, but he was in the same area. He was roaming around, looking at things. But after some time, when he wanted to come back to the engine room where John was, he could not find the way, right? He thought that he had lost his way. The end guys of this ship, the ships are very big. The engine rooms there are such that everywhere looks the same. so a person will not be able to think where he is going and where he is not going. It is very difficult to crack. Then what did he do? Matthew started calling John that I am here. I am here. Where are you? Etc. But John was not responding even though it is the same area. She looked towards him, but John was not answering. She felt that perhaps John was joking. This can't happen with me, so why is he not answering me right here? He started answering back, but not yet. I could hear that someone's footsteps were coming towards me. He was looking here and there. There was nothing. It seemed to him that it might be John. Of course, it could be only John. Apart from him in this area, there is no one else. So this time Matthew heard his own name being called, that someone has called Matthew. He looked back, and behind was door number 13, and there was a man standing in the middle of that door, and he saw that door was slowly closing. Now you may not find anything new in this, but let me tell you that the doors of a ship are so thick and so big. He can easily crush any person. That door was slowly closing. Matthew was shouting at that person to move away from there, otherwise this door will crush you. That person did not move, and that door got closed. And along with that, that person was broken into 2 pieces. Matthew stood there and was stunned to see all the things. How could this happen? Then the person who had a disfigured body opened his eyes and started laughing after seeing Matthew. It seemed that I had started laughing after seeing Matthew's condition. Matthew could not believe that all this was happening. He felt as if this was just my dream, but still he ran away from there quickly. Guys, now Matthew would have run away. He had reached the boiler room of that ship, and he was very nervous because what he had just seen seemed very unreal, but he was looking back again and again. It seemed as if the severed body was following him somewhere. He was not at all sure about all these things, but suddenly he heard a voice because he was not in that ship. He was in the boiler room of the ship, and there are furnaces where coal is put into the fire to give power to the ship to move forward. And he was hearing the sound that it was probably coming into the furnace. Someone is pouring coal. He was feeling very different right now because he said that now this ship has been closed, it has been retired, it is standing at one place, it is a museum on the water, so this is it. How can anyone put coal in the furnace at this time? Then he went a little closer to the furnace and saw from a distance that yes, a man is standing here and he is putting coal in the furnace. Then voices were being raised to stop him. I mean, stop. There is nothing like that. You don't need to do all this right now. This is just a museum. Right now you do it like that. But the sound of the furnace itself is so loud, guys, that person will not be able to hear it. Matthew, that person. Only his back was visible, and the noise in the furnace is so high that one cannot even hear anything. Then what did Matthew do? He went near him and tapped him a little on his shoulder and told him to stop it. Then he became like a human being. He turned towards Matthew and saw that the man's face was completely disfigured. His cheeks and lips were burnt. Everything had melted. Everything was burnt. Then, as quickly as possible, Matthew pushed him, and he tried to push. Because that person was probably a human being or not, I don't know, but he fell into the furnace and Matthew ran away from there. After seeing both these things, Matthew had come to know one thing very well, that here, apart from the staff members of the ship, apart from the workers, there are some people who live here and live around us. Whatever they are not alive. They are not alive. They are not human beings. They are ghost spirits, and they are visible to us in the same manner. He had met his death in the same way. We are able to see him as we saw both these ways, and right now he had come to the top floor of the ship in panic. As soon as he had come out, he was looking around the ship. Could see that there is only sea all around. Nothing is visible around. Only black fog and sea and guy. Now Matthew had come a little towards the swimming pool side, and near the swimming pool he saw a woman at a distance. She is sitting like she is sitting in a swimming costume near the swimming pool. Seeing her, he felt a little relieved that, come on, there is a human here besides me, come on, there is someone here too. Then as soon as Matthew saw her, that woman was also coming closer to Matthew. Before Matthew could say anything to that woman, the woman herself asked, "Are you from maintenance, or have you come here to work?" Then Matthew said yes. She said, "Okay, then hurry up, there is a wire inside the swimming pool, and you remove it, because without it I will not go into the bridge, no." Then she said, "Okay, I will remove it, no problem." Then at that time, no, she was there, just as he was about to put his hand. He was just thinking whether I should put his hand or not, because all that was going on in his mind, because he had just suffered a very bad shock. As he was about to put his hand, there were two other colleagues. Their voice came to him from behind and they were shouting his name. Then he stopped. Then the woman told him, "Whoever comes, whoever says, 'Do not trust anyone,' they will tell you that I am not alive, but I am alive. I am not dead. I am not dead at all. I am alive. I want to stay alive. I am not a soul." Then Matthew stopped even more. He was completely frightened. He looked towards his friends. Then when I looked back towards that woman, there was no woman there, only her footprints, wet footprints, were going towards the swimming pool. He just saw that and he heard it, and at that very moment, he also heard John's voice. Then Matthew went closer to John and said, "Brother, just now all these things are happening to me." Then John said, "Brother, stop. By the way, all the same things are happening to me too, because right now, just 10 minutes ago, some very bad accident happened to me." Then John said that I was in my engine room, and at that time a man came to call me, and he said that there is a party going on upstairs, and there is something about you upstairs. He is looking for help. He has called you to come up. Then John said, "Okay, sir, I am coming." John went up, and when he was going up the stairs, then he said that I could hear very clearly that a party is going on upstairs. The sound of songs is coming. People are dancing and singing, and as soon as I reached the top and I opened the doors, there was only darkness inside and nothing. There was no one inside. The man who had come to call me was also not there. What is all this happening there? After such accidents happened to both of them, they were very nervous. They thought that now we should tell this thing to the rest of the staff members. They told all these things to the staff members. So those people also did not respond anything. They just took both of them down from that plane. And guys, if there was anyone else besides them, they too would have felt the same things, would have had to do the same things. But guys, why should all these things happen? There is a very strange history behind it, a scary history. So guys, in 1930, Queen Mary used to be a commercial ship. But despite that, the British government at that time in England had decided that this Queen Mary ship we will send people in the World War. It was used extensively for use during the war. At that time, it was given a very different name. This ship was named the Grey Ghost. Guys, Grey Ghost has 1500000. During the war, even more people than the soldiers were made to travel to different countries to fight. You must be aware of the scenario of World War II. Along with that, whenever a soldier died in any other country, in fact, they were also brought in this ship. And not only this, because of this ship, it has happened many times that other small ships were also crushed because there were a lot of battles in the sea. So guys, during World War II, one thing is very simple, that this ship has seen a lot of things. It has faced a lot of things. A lot of people have died here. So guys, this ship does not have the souls of only those soldiers who many different people who died here also have their souls here, because there are many different stories about it. The first story is about door number 13. In those times, there used to be an employee named Harry. There used to be a staff member in that ship. And at that time, it is said that Harry had been kicked through that door number 13. He was shattered into half, and since then it is said that whenever anyone wanders around door number 13 in the middle of the night, or even if he passes by while walking, he hears the sounds of Harry screaming, and if someone is very unlucky, he even sees Harry cut in half. And guy, this is another story which is a state. Room B340, where a passenger died in 1948, is in this room, and it is said that if anyone goes or stays in this ship at midnight, it is seen that that person, that the soul wanders there, but it comes and snatches people's blanket. In the middle of the night, you can see that someone comes and pulls your blanket and goes away, but it is not a human being. No one is visible, because, and guys, this is the third story of the first-class swimming pool. Like I told you in the first story, that the soul of a woman was wandering here, so that soul wanders but with her. Along with this, the spirit of a little girl also wanders here, which many people have seen in the middle of the night. Along with that, in those times when these ships used to be small ships, in those times, a lifeguard also died here. And it is often heard that the spirit of the lifeguard is whistling there, as if he is stopping you from doing something, stopping you from going to the swimming pool. Many staff members say about this. Even today in Guy, apart from all this, the ship's boiler room, party hall, VIP reception, all these things are also haunted, which means even if you leave from one place and go to another place, there is no such fix like here. You will not find any ghost spirit. This whole ship is haunted. you understand that the whole ship is full of ghosts and ghosts. And guys, till now you will be feeling like I am probably speaking in the air. This must be some folktale internet. By reading any article, or there is no proof, there will be no evidence for this. I am telling you that it is not so. Many paranormal investigators have gone here and their words are true. They're proof. I will show you guys in a video right now. The voice of a ghostly spirit named Jackie is heard near the swimming pool music in the second video. A woman is heard scolding, as if she is scolding someone. In the third video, a paranormal investigator is heard with things falling. Apart from them, there was no crew member or anyone else at that place. There were only those people. Still things were falling. How could this happen there? That is, guys, this is a ship. Isn't it really, Ted? I am you. I have already given a lot of proof to the people. I have given a lot of evidence in front of you. So what is there and what is not? You have to decide for yourself. Because even today, there are many people who do not believe that the one today. There are many people who get scared on hearing the word ship is haunted and say, oh no, don't even mention the name of Queen Mary. We would not like to go there at all, because they have seen many such things. And that's not all. If you don't believe the video evidence, then listen to the words of the staff member there. The staff member there still says the same thing, that early in the morning at 5:30 a person comes there who that one thing haunts everyone and later becomes invisible. And if something can become invisible, then you also know that it cannot be a human being. It can only be a ghost because, guys, I tell you one thing all the time. I believe that whether all these things are just a story or a folk tale, believe in ghosts or not, it may happen or not, but it is possible that even today that thing is around you. Right now you are sitting and watching the video. Maybe there is still some ghost soul sitting next to you, smiling at you. Thank you.